Okay, let's continue. We can keep doing things. So, for example, you know that there's an overhang here. So it's the same thing. We need another line that is a projection of what we have above. So we can do the detail line. And now trim. And now select the line type. The same as this one. And we can keep going with this. For example, if we need something that people usually like is that in this porch, in this covered outdoor area, if we have the same pavement as we have here. Okay. So we can use this again. We can split face, we can select the floor, and then we can create this rectangle, and we can paint with the living floor, and then we have this. Okay, so here we see the pavement, and on the level 1 dimensions, we should see these lines. So I'm going to annotate detail line. Okay. So we have those lines, but we don't have the floor, because you remember that the floor is hidden. Okay. What's next? Well, we are almost done with the floor plan views, but we need to define a building. We need sections. So at the beginning, we created this section just to understand the staircase. So if we have a section through a building, we always need a section through the staircase. Okay, so at least this one is mandatory. And then we would need 2 more sections. If there are 2 different volumes, this volume and that volume with different heights or different lengths, I would take a section here and another section there. Okay, so if we click view section, the way to place sections, it's always something important, because we have to give the maximum information. So we see that here we have a section through the window. When we have windows, the section is always through the window. And here at the same time, we have a section through the doors, through the entrance door. So that's a good one. And then we might need another section here. And here we can decide, we can section the elevator here, or this courtyard on the basement. Well, we can always take more than one, but I'm going to copy this one. And here, be careful that you don't have a section through a wall. That looks very bad. So we can either do this or place the section line there. Okay, let's see. So this is section 1. Okay, so here we have the staircase. And okay, we have to make sure that the whole volume of the house, we don't need this, so we extend or we adjust the crop region. And okay, if we want to finalize this section, what shall we do? Well, first you see that we don't have a floor here. It looks weird, okay? So we don't have a floor on the basement. So probably we have to go to level 0 and we need a floor. So the floor, yeah, I'm going to create architecture floor. And you go. And now on the section, you have it here. Okay, so now we have a floor, and that's something important because the things are not floating. We always have a slab here. We have the staircase. There's another staircase there. That's fine because we take this section to give information about the staircase. But now, if we have to be consistent, if we are using the black, we can either use line weights or hatches like this. So if we are using this black hatch, we have to make sure that everything in the drawing, everything that is sectioned, we have the same hatch. So what's the way to do this? We can use the right click or right graphic view by element, and then the cut pattern. If we select solid and black, okay, we have done this. If I do this by category, if I do the same, then all the walls, all the elements that belong to the same category have the same concept, the same hatch, okay? But we have to do the same with the roof. For example, this is not a floor, this is a floor, but this is a roof. So we have to select override graphics in view, category, and do the same. Solid color. There you go. Okay, so this is the roof, this is the section, the cut line is here, and this is the same roof. But since we are not cutting through this part of the roof, we don't see this black color. Okay, so that's fine. What about this? I think those were stairs. If we overwrite graphics in view category, everything that it's created as a stair will have the same. So that's fine, but look at this. I don't want this to be black because this is not the, yeah, if it's section, it doesn't look good, okay? Because we don't understand. We want to see that this is support and this is the step. We can fix this by displacing the section line. If we move it a little up, there you go, okay? So that looks better because this is something structural, but it's just something in the middle. So the step has to be black, but this doesn't have to be black, okay? So I think that looks good enough. So this is the section. And now we have to prepare another sheet with the sections using the same scale. Remember that we had used the same scale here. I think it was 1/8. And I would do the same. Okay, so I would create a duplicate view. This is section 1. And we need furniture and dimensions. And then duplicate. Dimensions. Okay, so I have created this. And then in section 2, let me see section 2. Yeah, we need the same. Probably we can extend these. Here. Now we need the same hatch with floors, roofs, and walls. If we can do this, right click, override graphics in view, or we can use this option, visibility graphics. Okay, so you see here, edit, visibility graphics. And we can select, you see that here we have different elements. We have ceilings, columns, we have to find floors. So select floor. And then if you press Control, we have to select walls and roofs. So here we have walls, and here we have roofs. And the cut pattern, if we override this, the cut pattern, we can use the same solid and black. Okay, so we have done everything at once. It's up to you, but there's always different ways to do the same thing in Revit. So I'm showing you different tools or different ways to do the same. Okay. Here we have the staircase. Here we have another staircase. Well, there's something missing here, probably a railing, whatever. But that would be another section. And then section 3 is this one. So this section is different, yeah, because so we have the section line through the small volume, and then we see the projection of the large volume. Again, visibility graphics, edit, select floors, roofs, and walls. Override, and we need black and solid. There you go. Okay. Now I would do the same. I would duplicate section 2 and section 3. And I'm going to prepare a new sheet. I'm going to duplicate sheet, empty sheet. Okay, so here we have this. I would change the name. This is section 1. And I'm going to drag the section 1. Okay. We have to clean these because there are things that I don't want to show. I don't want to show the levels. I don't want to show these section lines. I just want to show the drawing. So on section 1 furniture, hide this category of levels, hide this category of sections. And oh, I think I should do it. Okay, so I've done this with the furniture. I'm going to do the same with the category. And I'm going to hide the crop region. And there you go. Now we have just the drawing. And now I'm going to drag the section with furniture. Line this up. In furniture, I want to hide the crop region. And we need two different things here. Okay, so we don't want the same section. There will be one with the furniture, another one with dimensions. But I can do something else. Okay, I'm going to open the furniture and I'm going to cast shadows. This is something very useful. If you click this shadows off, I'm going to do this. I want the shadows on. And well, it looks good. And we can always change the direction of the shadows. Using shadows is nice because I see the volume. Okay, so I like this option. And when I do this, we have shadows here, and then in dimensions, in sections, we always take vertical dimensions with the same criteria. Okay, so we can go to annotate, aligned, and we have to go all the way. Align with all dimensions here. Okay, this is internal, and then we can have external dimensions. This, and that, and finally the total. There you go. And here we will have the same annotate, align. Okay, make sure that all dimensions are within the crop region. And yeah, now we have dimensions here. And hide the crop region. Okay, so we have here you can place some furniture with shadows. Here you don't have any furniture with dimensions. If we want to be consistent, that should be white. And we can do it if we go to dimensions and we go to visibility graphics again. So everything that has a black pattern like this, we can turn into a white one. And now everything is white except this, probably because I have to use the override graphics in view by category. And well, solid white. And this wall. Again, I want to override graphic. Solid white. Hmm? Solid and white. And here I would need the line weights. We have to be careful with this because this is not acceptable. When we are working with a white background, we shouldn't have this because we have the same section, the same cut line. So those are not two different materials. We have to be careful with this. Anyway, I'll fix that later. Here we do have this with a black hatch furniture. We have to place furniture. And here we have this with line weights and dimensions. And what would be the third thing here? Well, we can show the elevation. It's good that everything is lined up. So if I'm looking the same section with the same size, everything is lined up. Here I have to show something similar. And this can be the elevation. So if we are showing sections like this, I have to show the north elevation. So here we have the north elevation, this one, okay? And again, I can use the north elevation, duplicate, north elevation with dimensions. I can use the crop region. So I adjust crop region, and I don't want to show levels. Hiding view, hiding view. I think I have a green line here. What's that? Filter. Oh, so I have the drawing. Okay. The original AutoCAD drawing, so I want to hide it too. Okay. And now I can place dimensions too. Hide the crop region, and on these, I will drag this. Okay, I have to change the scale, 1/8. And now here, I have to line it up like this, and line this, and this. In this north elevation, we don't see what's behind. Don't like that. So and why does it happen? Because if I'm on level 0, I have the elevation marks here. If I click here, look at this dashed line, this is the limit. If I want to see what's beyond this limit, I have to drag this down. And now on this elevation, I would see, I should see everything. Okay, I didn't. See now? Okay, so now we see everything. If we want to cast shadows here, because casting shadows always helps understand what we are doing. So if we have this and activate the shadows, have this, it looks nicer because it brings out this volume, which is what really happens. Okay, so I like it. But we are not done with this. If we want to prepare all these sheets, we need small details that make those small details will make the page more professional. And what are those small details? We need a key plan. A key plan, it's a very small plan of the house, showing just the basic walls, nothing else but the walls with a very small scale. And we need to point out where the sections are taken from. Okay, so if this is section 1, this is the north elevation, we would need a key plan here. And okay, at least, especially when we're working with sections and elevations, we need a key plan. So the key plan, I can use the same level 1 with furniture, this one. And I'm going to duplicate view again, and I'm going to create, this is not level 1, this is a key plan. Okay, so the key plan, I have to remove everything that I don't need. I'm going to hide in view all these things. I don't need to show any furniture. I have to hide it because if I delete it, by the way, I should hide this in view too. I don't want even to show the doors or the windows. Okay, so that's the key plan. It's something very basic, and I just need this, and I don't want to hide this either. Okay, so that's the key plan. Let me adjust the crop region. And the scale has to be something very small. So let's work with 1/32. And now on this sheet, I'm going to drag the key plan here. Okay, so I need to find the spot in which this key plan doesn't bother me. I don't want this, so I take it out of the sheet because I don't need this title. And here I can work with a detail line because one of the sections is through this point. I copy this here. Okay, so we have that this is section 1. And then if I copy this auxiliary line, This is where the elevation is. How can I know that this is section 1 and this is the north elevation? I can use, and this is something that we can do once we are in the heat itself, I can use text. And I can use here section 1. I can move it, section 1, and then I can copy. And this is the north elevation. Okay, so with this key plan, I have a schematic view of the house, just the walls. And then I have two section lines. This is section 1, and this is the north elevation. If I had another section, then I would do another section here. So this is something that we need, especially when we're displaying sections and elevations. We need this small key plan to make people understand where we are taking the sections from.